Welcome to CES 2012. Now, if you followed the coverage at Engadget.com of all of the happenings at the show, you're quite familiar with this. This is the Engadget stage where we had lots of product demos and interviews. And you're also quite familiar with all the products that we busted our tails to bring to you, but maybe you're not so familiar with the show floor itself. There's all sorts of exciting stuff happening all around us. We thought we'd give you a quick look around to see just what's happening on the show floor. So without further ado, let's go wander around and see what there is to see.
So we've got Danny Shapiro here, who's our Director of Automotive for NVIDIA. So tell us what's going on here, Danny. Why have you got two cars?
Well, at the show, we're talking about everything from super phones to supercars.
All right.
NVIDIA makes processors, very powerful processors, getting those in the latest cell phones, latest tablets, and also the latest and greatest cars.
All right, so let's give these cars a spin.
Technology inside the vehicle powered by NVIDIA for live Google Maps, 3D Google Earth, and Street View, powered by NVIDIA.
All right.
This is the Audi booth. It's one of the most distinctive booths here on the show floor, and I think by far the brightest with all the lights we've got going on in here. There's a selection of things to see. We've got some concept cars, we've got some production cars, we have a vision of the future of dashboards and some integration with consumer electronics as well, which is, of course, right up our alley. So let's do a little walk around and see what we've got to see.
One of the things with CES is that once in a while you walk past something really, really awesome, and this is one of those things. So Patrick, can you tell us about what your company makes and what's going on here?
Our company is MWE Lab, and what we do computer workstation. Down.
It's like a massage chair.
Exactly. And this is the Emperor workstation. It's named the Emperor because it's inspired from the Emperor Scorpion, because the upper section looks like the tail of the scorpion. And what's interesting in terms of ergonomics, you can work in this position, or you can tilt back, so we can move you back this way.
So you got buttons for the chair and the screen.
Exactly. You control the position of the chair itself. You can turn on the lights on and off, and you have the audio system from Bose. So all the components from the office integrated into one machine.
You are now sitting in the back seat of a concept interior for the next generation Audi A3. The most interesting thing in here is actually buried under the dashboard. This is powered by NVIDIA Tegra 3 graphics, same as in the Transformer Prime and other next generation tablets. So we've got great 3D going on. You can see this heads-up display that pops up out of the dashboard, and there's a controller base down here in the center console. You can use that to control all sorts of things, like you can see here we have Google Street View. I can zoom in and out on the image, and then once I'm out, I can zoom out and way out. Keep going out. We've got full 3D Google Earth built right into the dashboard, powered by NVIDIA Tegra 3, which is pretty cool. You can go to the menu and see we've got 3D views of car systems, and this is all being rendered real time, just like Gran Turismo 4.
Richard Lawler from Engadget here at CES 2012, and while there's plenty of technology to see, nothing is bigger and brighter than the latest HDTVs. Stats show that 70% of you already own one, so manufacturers are going all out to try and get you to upgrade. They're adding things like connected features, 3D, and rolling out new technology like the one shown behind me. This is LG's 55-inch OLED TV that's coming out later this year. It's got a picture that's brighter and probably better looking than any LCD that might be in your living room right now.
Paul, can you tell us what have you done to this iPhone and how are you able to achieve this?
Sure, absolutely. This particular iPhone has been in this water for the duration of the show. There are no plugs, there are no mechanical seals on this technology at all, but it still continues to operate. What we do is we take a solid chemistry, we turn it into a gas. This is an organic, non-toxic chemistry. We turn it into a gas and then introduce it into a vacuum chamber. So anything inside that chamber, when we introduce the gas, will be coated.
You don't have to take apart the gadget, just put the whole thing in?
We actually don't have to take it apart, but we do in the manufacturing process. So we're actually manufacturing more on the half shell, if you will. So everything is coated on the inside and then the final casing is put on.
All right, cool. And so everything inside is coated, absolutely everything?
Absolutely everything. In fact, you can see when we pull this out, the water just starts to drain out of the devices itself. And in fact, you can even see the water that's between the glass and the LCD in the back that is just there that has to drain out, but it doesn't harm the functions or the functionality of the device because it's all protected by HZO.
This is called DICE. It's a dynamic display system for future cars about 5 or 10 years out. You see something like my friend is up here, I can simply point at him and I can get more information about him. Now I've got a text message up here. You can point at that and bring that over. And now it's showing me the message over on the passenger side, of course, because I shouldn't be reading such things while I'm driving. This is the street of the future. in the Mercedes of the future. And this is probably the most interesting thing here at the Audi booth. It's a concept future dashboard that they're talking about having in, well, non-concept future cars. We have 3 displays which are built into the dashboard, and they're projecting onto the windshield, which isn't really all that new technology. Corvettes and things like that can do that today, but they can't do what you can do here. If you get down to the driver's position, you can see an augmented reality projection ahead of you showing the lines on the road with much higher definition than you would get typically with just headlights at night. So you can see where the road's going to go with the aid of this built-in display here. In the middle, there's information, and it's got motion sensing, as you can see my helper here is helping me with. You can swipe your hands through to get new information and send information from the center to the right. This is the Audi Urban concept. It may look like a race car with its outboard wheels and carbon fiber construction, but it's actually not a very fast car at all. It's designed for the future of urban transportation, what Audi thinks is going to be gridlock cities and massive, mega sprawling buildings and streets. The idea here is a very small car with good range, very lightweight. It has 2 seats, but interestingly, they're offset, so the passenger is actually sitting slightly behind the driver. Very small car, not a lot of room, but it certainly looks pretty good. If this is the future of transportation, the future is looking all right. So there you have it, a quick look around the show floor at CES 2012. It's been an insane week bringing all this news to you. I'm sleep deprived, and I think I'm going to go ahead and fix that problem right now.